In this tutorial we're going to cover how to add and edit new users into the Parkatronic PT200 store management and ePOS system. So we're just going to load up the application and log in as usual. We're using the default admin login, which is provided when the application is first installed. So that has a passcode of 4 nines. And this brings us to the main menu. Now from the main menu we can select the admin button, which brings up the admin menu, and this has the selections for all the data tables within the system, as well as export and import and backup and restore, all of which we'll cover in future tutorials. For now we're going to concentrate on user setup. So we click user setup and this brings us to the list screen listing all the current users. This being a new installation, it only has the default admin user in the list. So what we're going to go and do is insert one. So we select insert and this brings up the user setup screen. From here we enter the user's details. So enter his name, in our case we're going to call him Tom. And then we enter the staff number. This is the number allocated by the merchant or employer. So it could be an employee number, say. So we'll give him 2. There's an ID field here which is not selectable. Now this field is actually allocated by the system as a unique ID number. So all data entries have a unique ID allocated by the system, separate to the one allocated by the merchant or employer. We then go ahead and enter his address, so we'll give him, won't give him that. It's always difficult to come up with new names for things. And then you go through the various fields and adding the data as you require. We'll pick Manchester as our fictitious town and postcode. And you can enter his email, telephone number, mobile number as required. We then can enter the passcode being the number used to log on to the system. With the admin it's 4 nines, so obviously you want to give it a number that's unique to that particular user. We'll give them 1, 2, 3, 4 for now. And then there's the security level selection. Now this has 4 settings. One being the lowest level, basically gives you access to the ePOS screen, and 4 being the highest level, the admin user, which has access to everything. The middle users, middle security levels, 2 would probably be something like supervisor level, and 3 being a manager level. There's a button to turn this particular user on or off, so we can set this user to inactive, which effectively deletes this user from the system. There's a image selection area. If we click that we can browse for an image. Unfortunately we don't have any in people images, but we can give them a nice sunset, say, and we can delete the image if we select the image delete button, and this will ask us to confirm this deletion. Once again, as usual, we can save the user information just by clicking the save button down here, and that takes us back to the user list, and the new user has been added here. Now if we want to edit that user, we can select the line and click the edit button, and this returns the information we just entered, including now the system allocated user ID field. And you'll notice that you can't select the staff number. Once that's been allocated, you can't change that. There's a back button here as normal to take you back to the list. Within the list there's the ability to search by ID, which is the unique ID allocated by the system, or by full or partial entry in the name field. So if we enter 17 for user ID and select search, for instance, that will just return that particular user ID. If we select a full name or part of a name, so part of admin, and select search, and that returns the admin user. If we want to reload the entire table, we click the reload button and that reloads the table. So that's adding and editing users in the Parkatronic PT200 store management and ePOS system.